Hi everyone and welcome back. There's been ample discussions about the upcoming KMS test server changes for some classes and their overall performance, and I generally want to walk you through like what thought process I would up and consider now. To understand a little bit of context, in the Explorer revamp, when they first got Destiny, they said that they're not really looking forward to nerfing overperforming classes. Instead, what they're looking to do is maybe raise other class performance, whether it be bossing or hunting or mobbing, to be more in line with some of the stronger classes out there. Now, with the recent Ignition update, and when I say recent, I mean over the past couple days, being released on test servers, some players in GMS are really concerned about whether or not they should jump ship from their classes, because some classes might be receiving like some horrible nerfs, some classes might be getting some nice buffs, some classes are again being adjusted to be more in line. Now, I'm here to tell you, while we have 6 months to make a decision on how these changes might affect certain classes in the game before they get locked in and implemented into GMS, what you guys need to understand is when there are multiple playable classes and characters in the game, characters and classes will never be true balance. And if you can't grasp that, I'm sorry, but like it's the same thing in every other game. They'll never be true balance. Devs will look towards buffing classes if they want to get their play rate up or just viability up. They'll nerf classes that they're like everybody's playing that class and there's no diversity. If your class is performing really good now and it's getting nerfed down the line, the devs, if they see that the play rate falls off of that class, they'll probably do some sort of buffs or adjustments in the future to bring it back in line. So just keep this in mind before you decide to fully scrap your main. They've realized that some of the explorers, when they did their remaster, came out a little bit overtuned, and with this update they're looking to bring some of those classes a little bit more in line. This isn't the end of nerfs, this isn't the end of buffs. They're trying to be a little bit more strategic now and logical with how they adjust certain classes, and I do agree with what they're going for. What has opened the door, especially with the Destiny update and GMS, fortunately with the recent Kana nerfs, Kana farming is not the go-to anymore for your resource generation or your meso acquisition. The boss crystal meta is what people are going to be eyeing or keeping in mind when it comes to working on their overall progression goals. This has opened the door for so many players that have wanted to try out other classes but felt bad because they didn't want to take away funds or resources from investing into their main. With this update, you can now look at classes that you wanted to try out. You can start investing in them, and realistically, it's not a lose-lose situation. Just because you spend funds on another character doesn't mean you sacrifice what your main can do. It'll take a little bit longer to get a little bit stronger, but in the end, it'll work because you'll be able to clear certain content on these newer characters, and suddenly you have more meso to work with in the long term. Now, that's all I really have to speak on the topic. Don't jump ship if you don't have the time to do so, if you don't have the resources to do so. It's not going to be the most logical move, but if you really don't want to play your class anymore, you don't enjoy it anymore, then obviously that decision at the end of the day is up to you. Now, my questions for you, which you can leave in the comments section below. What classes are you guys currently trying to build up for this boss mule meta if you recently started doing that? What classes would you like to try that you're not there yet, you don't have the resources, but you're like, man, this class looks pretty fun to play? And overall, how do you feel about some of the announced changes in the KMS test server? In case you're wondering what they are, feel free to refer to the link. So there's probably still about 1 or 2 weeks before things get implemented. When we get Ignition and we get all the balance updates, we get them right then and there. We get the finalized versions. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe and have a wonderful day.